BBC documentary is a story. It's a one-sided story. It hasn't gone into who hijacked it, but it has gone into the fact that a new government was created with no basis for its creation. The new government is functioning with no legal basis whatsoever, and the elections are being held. And the cases are in the court challenging the election. Some people have said, why hasn't the Kaki report been released? The documentary is probably trying to sell a narrative. A narrative is someone's personal narrative, but it may not be the truth. The responsibility for the truth lies with Nepalese people. And we have not created conditions for determination or for the truth to come out. We haven't done that. In fact, this whole system of election that we have started is wrong. It is wrong because we have not investigated what led to the present situation. We have not investigated the Gen Z movement. We have not found out who is accountable for Gen Z protest, who hijacked Gen Z movement and made it as big as it is. All these things we haven't even examined. Even without that, we have gone on to have election. This is untimely, this is wrong to do that, but we are doing it anyway. It is very typical of us Nepalese to be doing things halfway, incomplete, and in a fairly improper way. Actually, until today, I have not understood what gave the mandate to this government to conduct an election. Election is conducted only in a fair and proper manner after we find out that all the facts are established. Right now, we know that there was a protest. We know that many of our youths were killed. We know that somebody hijacked, some people hijacked the Gen Z movement. Then somehow this government got created. We just don't know how this came about. And under what law and under what constitution that this election is being held is also not clear. So we are walking on a very thin ice, as you would say. We are walking in the air. For a long time, we haven't quite governed ourselves. This is very typical of Nepalese. When we don't know what to do, we do something. When we are confused, we don't try to solve the confusion, but what we do is we do something. And this election is basically that, and that is what the BBC documentary has portrayed. It has portrayed people who have committed, who have lost their lives. It has pointed out who gave the orders. It has not pointed out who was finally responsible. There's someone in the country who is responsible to give orders. Who gave the orders for the violence to shoot Gen Z in the first day? And who hijacked it on the second day? Who hijacked it? And for what purpose? So these are all questions that are unanswered. And in the international forum, and in the fora actually, there are many such things that happen. Countries write their own stories. Every country writes it. Even United States. Those of you who have read Pentagon Papers, you will realize that there are a lot of stories that are written that are not true, even in the United States. They also write stories. And we as human beings, we all write stories. We write stories on politics, and we write stories on religion. We write all kinds of stories. We are famous storytellers and listeners. So under the circumstances, this BBC documentary is a story. It's a one-sided story. It hasn't gone into who hijacked it, but it has gone into the fact that a new government was created with no basis for its creation. The new government is functioning with no legal basis whatsoever, and the elections are being held. And the cases are in the court challenging the election. Some people have said, why hasn't the Karki report been released? Now, Karki report should have been released for us to establish the facts before we went on to the election. But we didn't do that. So now we are going into an election without knowing who is going to get elected. It could be that people implicated in the Gen Z movement could get elected to high offices. Then what do we do? The Supreme Court could determine, for example, that this government has no right to hold elections. Then what do we do? So we are operating in a vacuum as a nation. We have done it for a very long time. Basically, as a result, we Nepalese haven't governed ourselves at all for a very long time. It's a situation of chaos, and this chaos, even after the election, is likely to continue. There is a story to be told. Somebody needs to investigate that. And I don't want to, there are many speculations. I don't want to speculate. But our country's duty is to find the truth. And we have to find, before we go into the next election, we should have established who hijacked the Gen Z movement. Who hijacked it? Gen Z were not going to burn buildings. They were not going to destroy national property. But it happened. So who caused it and why did it happen? That has not been established. And the government started a process and it did not complete. In a hurry to go into an election, which is very sad that it happened.